All right, welcome viewers to the Bobcat TV special. Here we got the Red Raiders, Belmont Red Raiders versus the Plymouth Bobcats, and now they're shaking up. Goalies are going to the nets, and this is going to be a good one today, folks, hopefully. Partially cloudy here today, and pretty good weather compared to the last couple of games. Bobcats have been rained out a few times. But it looks like everybody's taking their positions, and I'll give you guys the starting lineup today. We got on the defensive side, we got Josh Johnston, Rowan Drew, and Cameron McDonald, and keeper Chris Patnode. He likes to be called the White Dragon. Taking the face-off, we got Ross, long stick, midi, number 1, Austin Appleby, and on the far side, we got Matt Rosner. And here we go for the face-off. Ross is struggling. He's got the quick hand. He gets the ground ball out, and he's going down towards the net. Gets the touch in and comes out. Pops it over to Tyler Morrison, and now the ball's at X. Farina dodges, tosses it back up top. Now the ball's to Matt Rosner, and the Bobcats seem to be keeping it pretty constant here, tossing the ball, keeping it active. Nolan dodges, comes out, gives it back to Tyler Morrison. And we're back at top with Ross. Ross dodges, tosses it over to, and it looks like a hit and miss with Tyler Morrison. And Farina dodges, and high and low, and we score for the first 39 seconds. 33 seconds of the game. 43 seconds. 43 seconds of the game. All right, so it's 1-0. 11:17 left in the first. Now taking the face-off, we have Connor McGowan. Connor McGowan pushes it out, and he has the ground ball, and he's sprinting towards the net. Tosses it to Farina, and they're counting that as a pass, so now the Red Raiders have it. Wow, instant clear, and the Raiders get connections to number 88. Number 88 seems to be their star player as he gets a touch and spins off long stick midi. And he tosses it over to his teammate, and the Raiders are looking aggressive today as they're trying to keep pushing towards the net, and they're not letting it be given to them for the Bobcats. Looks like we're having an aggressive at bat with the defense. And the Bobcats are taking it. Now they're going to try to get a fast break here. Farina dodges, tosses it to Tyler Morrison, and he scores. That is two goals scored, 2-0 Bobcats over the Belmont Red Raiders with 10:18 left to go. Now coming back to have the face-off, we have Ross. Sticks are set, ball is down. And it looks like more a defensive way of getting and the Bobcats have the ball as they get a touch. And now it's back to number 14, Zach Ross. Zach Ross keeping it moving, tosses it over to Marcus Morrell. And now we're at X with Nolan Farina as he tosses it back to Marcus. Now giving it back up top to Ross. Now to Jake Little. See if Jake Little is keeping it alive, tossing it over. Back to X with Farina. Farina already has an assist and a goal on the day. And it looks like they're having to dodge, and toss down to Marcus, and Ross picks it back up and scores. Now that is 3-0. Bobcats up with 9:27 left in the first quarter against the Belmont Red Raiders. Looks like Connor McGowan is getting ready to do the face-off, and it looks like Coach Mouseoff is really really showing his depth in the face-off position, and they have all been won by the Bobcats. Ball's down and it's off. See if McGowan. Ooh, and it looks like the Raiders come up with it, but Appleby ends up getting the ground ball, giving it down to the attackman Marcus. Wow. Corner shot, pinpoint for second for the day for Nolan Farina. Impressive for him. 4-0. Bobcats up. 9:05 left to go in the first quarter. So stats for Nolan Farina today. We have 2 goals, 1 assist, and Tyler Morrison also has a goal, along with Zach Ross. All right, and the ball's down, and it looks like the Raiders ended up getting the face-off, but number 6 Pete Wingstead ends up getting it back, and the Bobcats are keeping the ball hot. Pass it down to Tyler Morrison back up top, and Ethan Richard with a shot stopped by Red Raiders goalie. And the goalie tosses it down to the long stick defender, and he heaves it almost to the midfielder, number 88, but gets intercepted, and now it's back to Pete Wingstead up top. And they have a touch to Marcus. Marcus is going up top. Pete Wingstead fills, and now they're switching again, and now it's up top with Ethan Richard. Ethan Richard dodges, and with a bounce shot, miss, goes back. Now we have Nolan Farina with a dodge, and another miss. Nolan Farina's first miss of the day. Now we're back up top with Pete Wingstead, and he dodges and hits the left corner. And it is 5-0 with 7:49 left in the first quarter. So this looks like a dominant game so far in the first quarter. We have the Bobcats up 5-0. And face-offs have been very win-mat. I don't know how to say that. Very well placed for the Bobcats as well, as they've won 4 out of the 5. On to the 6th, and looks like the Raiders are going to rake it out, and number 88 will have the ground ball. And it's down, and back with number 88. Bobcats are playing really tight defense on number 88 as he almost scores, and great. Oh, it looks like we're having a clear by Josh Johnson. He's got some legs going on right now. He's got the touch. And he takes the shot, and it's a miss. It's a miss, and the Raiders keeper has it. Chris Patnode had a great save right before the clear. The White Dragon. The White Dragon himself. Raiders are seeming to be very, very hesitant to pass. Now it's back to Josh Johnson. Looks like he might be going for another clear today. And wouldn't be surprised if he tosses it to Matt Rouser, but it looks like he's going to get the touch. Gives it to Marcus Morrell. Marcus Morrell with an side arm underhand shot almost. Wide left. Nolan Farina starts it up. Getting the Bobcats on a roll again. To Morrison, then to Little. Little to Rosner. Rosner ground ball. There we go. And then Rosner goes in, looks to dish it down to Morel, and Morel takes the shot, and another score for Morel today. That is his second goal of the day. Now the Bobcats are up 6-0 with 6:25 left in the first quarter. Again, you guys are watching this on Pemmy Baker TV, and this is the Plymouth Bobcats versus the Belmont Red Raiders, and we're taking the face-off with 6:25 left in the first quarter. And is off. McGowan rakes, gets the ground ball in front of him, gets a touch, takes a shot, and he's wide right. It has been a dominant game for the Bobcats so far, and they're counting that. As Raiders ball, and the Raiders trying to get a clear here, tossing it back and forth. Looks like it's not out, and looking to give it to number 25. Now the ball's down. Farina looks to box out. It's a dogfight here, and the rake. Farina gets the ground ball, gets a touch, dishes it to Morel. And Morel gives it to Axe, Tyler Morrison. Morrison looked to juke. Oh, jukes the defender out. Morrison, and he puts it up top. Second score today for Tyler Morrison, and the score is 7-0. 5:39 left to go in the first quarter. Bobcats winning this one. Again, folks, you're watching this on Pemmy Baker TV, and the score is 7-0. Bobcats are up with 5:39 left to go in the first quarter, and now we're having the face-off. Looks like Zach Ross, number 24. Pat, no, who was that? Yes, that was Zach Ross at the face-off, and looks like to be won by the Red Raiders. Raiders are looking to get something going here for themselves, and again, the Plymouth Bobcats are playing very tight defense on the Red Raiders. And looks like number 88 is trying to get something going here. Obviously their best player for the Red Raiders, and shoots and misses wide left. Back Raiders ball. Raiders dish it up top, and sign with number 25, see if he gets a dodge in. Puts in the dodge. Ball down. Bobcats got it. Oh, ball's down again, and now it's a tossing fest with the high schoolers. And now it's back Raiders ball. Number 88 has control of it, and he dishes it out, and wide shot for number 11 by the Raiders. But again, Raiders ball behind the net. Raiders still looking to get something going, trying to get past this aggressive Bobcat defense, and still trying to get something going, passing it every which way they can. And now it's back to number 88. 88 misses, and it goes out. It looks like the Raiders are going to start it up top again with number 11. 11 has the ball. Cameron McDonald plays defense. Cameron McDonald's on number 11. Looks like he's locked on there. Josh is on 88, tight, locked on. And Raiders they look like they're having something going there. Looking to see that the Bobcats have very strong key. Ooh. Big hit by Rowan Drew. And good, hack, and number 88. 88 looking to put something in here. Zach Ross looking, and intercepted by Cameron McDonald. Ball down. Zach Ross gets the ground ball and looking clear and gets by the midfield and trying to get a touch here. Gets a touch. Gets a touch. Roscoe looks beat as he dishes it back to Tyler Morrison. Looks to get a sub. Tyler Morrison trying to dish off one of these defenders and gives it to number 27, Ethan Richard. And a shot right to the goalie is Vance Acton, the lefty. And the Raiders are looking to clear again as they find a midfieldman, number 5. And crosses the field with a ground ball. Oh, number 6, rather. And looking to get a touch, and get a touch by number 88. Aggressive defense by Drew, beats his man, and 88 has his first goal of the day. For the Red Raiders, bobbed and weaved through the Plymouth defense and deked 2 Plymouth defenders and got a goal for himself and his team. And now the Bobcats still up 7-1 with 2:16 left in the first quarter. Now we have the face-off with number 23, Connor McGowan. And Connor McGowan gets the face-off and gets a touch. And let's see if Connor can get the Bobcats rolling once again. Matt Roser with him behind. And Matt Roser, senior captain, has the ball. This is it to Tyler Morrison. Morrison back to Rosner. Rosner to McGowan. And looks like McGowan's going to try to get a dodge in. And has Rosner at the screen and flip. And ball down, ball down. And Rosner a little push and shove. And 25 trying to get it back. 25 gets the ground ball for the Red Raiders, and he's got a touch. Can't keep it going. And Josh Johnson takes the ball midfield and dishes it back to Marcus Morrell. All right, Marcus Morrell gives it to Axe Nolan Farina. Morrison to Farina. Farina looking for a dodge and is in. That is the 3rd for Nolan Farina. He's got 1 assist. And Farina already has a hat trick for the Bobcats with 1 minute and 3 left in the first quarter. Bobcats are leading this one 8-1. And we're back on Pemmy Baker TV, and Pete Wingstead for the Bobcats is now taking the face-off. And the Raiders pop it out, and number 6 gets the ground ball, and face-off win by the Red Raiders. See if that gives them a little momentum to get another goal. Looks like. And now gets a touch. Number 5. Ooh, what a shot and a miss. Low bounce. Chris Patnode, the White Dragon, as he likes to be called. Now looking to clear the ball for the Bobcats. Dishes it off to captain Austin Appleby. Appleby to Josh Johnson. And Johnson looks to clear it and gives it to Morrell. No, offsides for the Bobcats. Raiders ball. And they start off 22-11 for the Raiders. And they get a touch. And double teaming number 11 right now. Intercepted. Pass deflected. Now 88 has the ball. Did he get it off? No goal. Almost for number 88. And that is the first period for the Bobcats. 8-1, Bobcats leading. And for a little reflection time, it looks like it is obvious for that the Bobcats have been dominating the first period of this game, as they had 7 unanswered goals before the Red Raiders could answer back with 1 goal. And now the score is 8-1. Bobcats are up as we go in for another break before the beginning of the second period. You're listening to this on Bobcat TV. And we're back as the Bobcats break it off from the huddle, and so do the Raiders. And now we're going to be starting off in the second period with it looks like long stick midi. Austin Appleby, captain, will be taking the face-off. This isn't too surprising for the Bobcats, as they're trying to show their depth in the face-off realm of lacrosse right now, and they just want to keep practicing because this looks like an easy game for them, and they're just going to practice the game that they know. And looks like Austin Appleby wins the face-off and gets the ground ball himself, and ends up going out of bounds. Try to give it to Tyler Morrison, and almost a good save by attackman Nolan Farina. And it looks like the Bobcats might have another chance here, as Marcus Morrell, freshman, gets the ball, and he dishes it off to Matt Rosner, senior captain, and gives it down to Nolan Farina. Tosses it back and behind the back pass to Tyler Morrison, and that is another goal for Tyler Morrison. That was quite the delivery for the Bobcats, and a very quick goal in the first 31 seconds of the second period. Now Bobcats are up 9-1 with 11:29 remaining in the second period. Connor McGowan switching sides, as Austin Appleby is going to be taking another face-off for the Bobcats. Appleby already has 1 face-off win. Let's see if he can get another. Ball's down, and Appleby balls up, and McGowan has the ball as Appleby wins yet another face-off for the Bobcats. Ball's down to X, from Farina to Morrison, from Morrison to McGowan, and now the ball's up top. And McGowan looking to do a dodge and crosses over to the other side of the field, tries to dish it to Marcus, and saved by Nolan Farina as he tries to get the ball back, shoving and pushing in. There's an aggressive ground ball, and Nolan Farina comes back up top with it. And he dishes it to number 22, Camden Swanson. Swanson to Morrell. Morrell bounce pass from Swanson. Morrell to Morrison. Morrison to Farina. Farina looking to dodge. Ball down, and Farina gets the ground ball again. Farina is very good with the ground ball game, and Morrell shoots and stopped by the Raiders goalie. And the Raiders are looking to have a good clear, and tosses it back. And it looks like we're seeing quite a few improvements from the beginning of the game for the Red Raiders, and they're finally starting to get the clear going. 88 gets a touch. Number 88 looking to dodge. And he's just drilled by Rowan Drew, and that looks like he's going to have a penalty for that one. We're back, and this is Pemmy Baker TV, and the Bobcats and the Raiders take the field with 9:43 left in the second period. Bobcats lead 9-1, And it's been a dominating performance by the Bobcats so far this game. And we're going to start up top with number 88 from the Raiders. And right now the Bobcats are 2 men down. My bad, man down. 88 spins off and tries to shoot and try to get one off, and still going to stay for Raiders ball. And the Plymouth defense gets it back. Austin Appleby gets the ground ball. Gilman's it over to Jake Little. Great clear by Austin Appleby. And the Bobcats get a touch. And tosses it Little to Morrison. Morrison almost cuts the defense up. And Little back to Morrison. Morrison to Farina. Let's see, Farina gives it back to Morrison. They're just trying to get time going. And Little looking to try to get something going here for the Bobcats. Morrison to Farina. And now we're back. Pass deflected, number 11 for the Raiders. And 11 struggling to get the ground ball. And Rosner looks tripped up, and number 88 surprisingly gets the ball. Takes a shot, almost bounced left corner, saved by Chris Patno, the White Dragon. And back to Rosner, jogging it over the midfield line and gets a touch. And Rosner to Morrison. Morrison to Farina. Farina to Rosner. Looks like Rosner's got a man on and rakes it up. Dodges. And number 25 for the Raiders playing aggressive defense on Matt Rosner, as he is one of the elite players for the Plymouth Bobcats. And Jake Little looking to get something going here. Rosner looking to screen, ends up dishing it. Little ends up dishing it back to Rosner. Rosner to Little. Little tries to bounce it, and it's wide right and stays in. Morrison with the ground ball. Morrison's got a man on. Tight defense, dishes it to Farina. Farina high to low and gets the score. And the Plymouth Bobcats are now up 10-1 with 7:23 left in the second period. I feel that the Bobcats are most lethal when they have the ball going very fast around the horn. The defense can't keep up with them, and that is definitely when they're most deadly. And as you can see, that is showing with the score today. And we have Ross at the face, ball down. Off they're battling, and Ross ends up boxing out number 11, and he's got a man on, number 25, ball down. Number 25 the Raiders struggling to get the ball back. Ross picks it back up and gets a touch. Ross dishes it to number 20, Tyler Morrison. Morrison to Farina. Farina at X. Farina had a good pass and gives it back to Morrell, and another score for the Bobcats. As you can see, the faster they go, the better off they will be. And Bobcats are now leading 11-1 with 6:58 remaining in the second period. Austin Appleby looking to take the face-off. As you can see, the Bobcats are still switching around their face-off guys, and just to show their depth and try to get more practice in for the playoffs. And it looks to be a battle, and number 11 squishes it out, and Appleby ends up getting the face-off with the ground ball, gets a touch, gives it to Farina. No, it is caught by the goalie, actually, and he Gilman's it over across midfield. And now it is a ball fight right now, and comes up with it. Connor McGowan splits the defense. Connor McGowan looking to have a fast break here. Gets a touch, and Connor McGowan wants to see some offense going on right now, and waits it up. And now dishes it to Farina. Farina to Morrell. Morrell gives it back to Brandon Roy, number 11, sticks. Brandon Roy, quarterback for the Plymouth Bobcats football and captain, playing lacrosse for his first year. And shot by Morrell, and it's out. Farina will get the ball behind the net. Farina Morrison dishes it up top to McGowan. McGowan dishes it to Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy takes the shot, hits the defender. And let's see if Brandon can get and he gets the ground ball. Oh, no, and he doesn't get the ground ball. And number 88, lethal number 88, looking to have a fast break and takes a shot, and it's wide left. And the Bobcats will have the ball for the clear. And Patnode has the ball. Pass it across the field to McGowan. McGowan has plenty of time to get across midfield and ends up getting a touch for the Bobcats. And pass it, dart to Morrison. Morrison to Farina. Farina just is off to Morrell. And it looks like the Bobcats trying to get this thing moving again. And shot by McGowan is wide right, and looks like it will stay here for the Bobcats as Farina takes it behind the net. Farina gives it to Morrell. Morrell switching back, giving it back to Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy. He's going across the field. Brandon Roy wants to get this thing going. And Brandon Roy is dishing it back off to McGowan. McGowan dodges, takes a shot, grounds it in. And that is the first goal for McGowan today as the Bobcats lead 12-1 with 4:45 left to go in the second quarter, or second period rather. And as you can see, yeah, the Bobcats, when they have that offense going very fast, passing back and forth, keeping the ball moving, on fire, that is when they're most lethal, and that has been the script of their story today. As we have Austin Appleby taking the face-off. Appleby struggling right now and tries raking it out, goes below, and Raiders trying to box him out. Push on the Bobcats, and will be Raiders ball. All right, Raiders trying to get something going here as number 11 for the Raiders gets a touch. And looks like the Bobcats playing a little more loosely right now as they are winning 12-1 in the second period with 4:19 remaining. And the Raiders they look like a young team, a little unexperienced, and it is definitely showing with the score. But they're trying to make the best of it, and their efforts are on the field. Number 5 to 88, the lethal player on the Raiders as he's looking to dodge, and looks like the Plymouth Bobcats are double teaming him as there was a slide from Appleby and underhand shot by number 88. Snipes that and goes past Chris Patno, the White Dragon. Now update on the score. It is 12-2 Bobcats with 3:49 remaining. And the 2 goals for the Red Raiders are solely by number 88. Seems to be their elite player. And we have Zach Ross in the face-off, wins the face-off, gets the ground ball, and Cam McDonald, long stick midi, and looks to be subbed off as Roscoe gets the touch. And now we have the ball at X where Mark Morrell wants to get things going. Farina screens. Morrell dishes to Farina. Farina to Morrison. Morrison with a shot saved. And defender, interesting tactic, but gives it to the goalie. And the goalie Gilman's it, praying for it to go to his own team, and the Bobcats come up with it as Ethan Richard gets the touch. And Bobcats are looking to get something going here as Marcus Morel dodges with a screen from Richard. And now Morel's up top. He passes across to Nolan Farina. Farina getting a screen from Morrison. Morrison trying to get up top, gets intercepted by the Raiders defender. And Raiders goalie just to defenseman, number 23. 23, Gilman's it across midfield. Back to Chris Patnaud, the White Dragon. And Patnaud has number 11 on right now. Patnaud, perfect pass right to Ethan Richard. And Ethan Richard has a touch, dodges defender, and takes a shot, and top post gets it in, and that is 13-2. Plymouth Bobcats are up with 2:04 remaining in the second period. This is a dominating performance by the Plymouth Bobcats, and it looks like we'll be taking another face-off with Connor McGowan. Connor McGowan rakes her out and gets the ground ball to himself, gets a touch, and dishes it down to Marcus Morel. Morel to McGowan. McGowan dishing it back to Rosner, senior captain of the lacrosse team. Rosner to Morrison. Morrison to Farina. Farina to Morel, and saved by the goalie. And number 17, Raiders defenseman, trying to get it out, and great defensive play by Connor McGowan, and gets the ball back. And Connor dishes it to number 9, senior captain, Matt Rosner. And now we have the ball at exit with Nolan Farina. Nolan Farina dishes it to Morel. Morel to McGowan, and wide left shot by McGowan. But it stays as Tyler Morrison gets it in the corner. Tyler Morrison to Nolan Farina at X. Nolan Farina just back up to Matt Rosner. Matt Rosner to Farina. And Farina looking to dodge, gives it back to Morel. Morel to Morrison. Morrison gives it to Matt Rosner. Rosner gives it to McGowan. Looks like McGowan will be taking a dodge here on the defenseman number 11 from the Raiders. McGowan to Farina. Farina high to low and gets the score. That's the fourth for Farina today, as the score is 14-2. Bobcats are up with, well, it looks like they're running the clock out with 36 seconds left in the second period. All right, there's a face-off here, and raked out by Austin Appleby. Can't get the ground ball, and the Raiders capitalize on that as they try to clear across midfield. 10 seconds left, and passes it to number 11 for the Raiders. 5-4, takes a shot, dart to Chris Patnaud as time expires, and that is the half. Bobcats are leading 14-2 in this one against the Belmont Red Raiders, and the teams are going to be going back to their benches into the corners, and we'll be talking halftime strategies. You are watching this on Penny Baker TV, and we'll be back after half. And we're back here on Penny Baker TV. Zach Ross with the face-off for the Bobcats and loses it, but Austin Appleby Austin Appleby gets the ground ball, and the Bobcats are rolling down here. Vance Acton with the ball right now. And tosses it to Zach Ross. Ross to Sawyer Wilcox. And Wilcox back down to... Who's that? Number 4. Tucker James. Tucker James making an appearance for the Bobcat attackman lineup, as well as Connor Bird. So we got fresh new attackmen for the second half of the of the game here. And Ross to Wilcox, back to Ross. Ross giving it to James. James to Wilcox, giving it back to Ross with an open shot. Barely saved by the Red Raiders goalie, number 3. Number 3 has been very consistent with stopping the low shots today, other than Connor McGowan's low grounding snipe. But other than that, he's been very consistent, and ball is given to Connor Bird, back up top with Zach Ross. Ross to Acton. Acton to Bird. Bird to James. James giving it back up top to Ross. Ross looking to get something going here, and he's crossing the field. Screen by Acton. Goes down the field and tosses it to Wilcox. Wilcox shoots and misses and gives it down to Connor Bird. And Acton with a shot, hit the post, didn't go in, and gives it back to Ross. And this is actually a very young Bobcat offense on right now. We have 2 juniors and 3 sophomores playing for the Bobcats right now, so it just shows the depth that they have for their team. And ground ball gotten back by the Raiders, and it's stolen back by Sawyer. Wilcox to Acton. Acton gets a touch, looking to snipe the corner or something, and tries passing to Connor Bird, but goes out, and it's Raiders' ball. The Bobcats are having a very successful season at 8-1. Their only loss of the season was by Monadnock, which was a devastating loss at 10-5. But up next, they have very big games coming up. They've got Co-Brown, which is looking like for a win for the Bobcats, but that is not sure, as Co-Brown is very low in the standings. But another big game is Kearsarge, and Kearsarge and Plymouth are having a battle for second place right now, as they are both 8-1 in the standings. So that will be a very big game. Also a rematch from last year's first round playoff, as Plymouth upset the number 2 seed. And yeah, that's looking like the Bobcats schedule. After Kearsarge, Lebanon's when Big TV will also be broadcasting that. That will be taking place the 23rd, and their senior game will be at. Excuse me, my bad. Senior game will be against Lebanon on the 23rd, and Bobcats will be finishing the regular season against Interlakes on the 26th of May. Looks like the Raiders are trying to get their offense going again. 88 fakes the defender up and tosses it back to his player. Player gives it back, and 88 is just shooting wild today, but it's been working very well for him, as he has the lone 2 goals for the Belmont Raiders. Raiders starting at back of the bottom, toss it to the side to side action. And back to 88. 88 snipes it back to 11. And 11 tossing it back down to teammate. Now the ball's at X. And try giving it 88. 88 skips it up and shoots and scores for his 3rd goal of the game. Number 88 for the Red Raiders has a hat trick. And the Bobcats are still leading 14-3. But I believe now that makes it not running time. So now it is 7:05 in the 3rd period. 14-3 Bobcats are leading. It looks like we have Connor McGowan at the face-off. Number 3, Thias Sylvia coming in for the ground ball and looks to get it. Connor McGowan rakes it up, and Connor McGowan's steaming over ahead and gets the touch. Down to Wilcox. Wilcox gives it back to James. James to Connor Bird. And Bird shaking up the defender and gives it to Camden Swanson. Camden Swanson getting hackled by the Raiders defenseman. And, excuse me, the other Raiders midi, number 25. And Swanson dishes it back to McGowan. McGowan also getting heckled by the Raiders midi. Shot by McGowan, but deflected off the goalie's mask there. And the ball gets cleared back to Patnode. Patnode, the White Dragon, looking to shake things up for the Bobcats. Patnode toss it to Captain Drew Hodges. Drew Hodges looking to pass it, and he's a little high, but he gets it back to Sawyer Wilcox. Sawyer Wilcox to Swanson. Swanson dishes it back to Wilcox and trying to keep it alive here. Wilcox tosses it to Axe to James. James looking for anybody, gives it back to Wilcox. Wilcox to Swanson. Swanson with a shot, and he's wide left. But it will stay Bobcats ball. And the Bobcats starts it off, tosses it to James. James trying to get back top, gets past McGowan, and it looks like it'll be given right to number... Yep, and we're starting back up here. Number 88 starting up top. And he gets a touch. Let him get a touch. And Swanson looks like he's playing some hard D on number 88. Not let him anywhere near the box. And number 88 tosses it to his wing on number 11. 11 tosses it to X. X looking to give it to number 1. It gets by him. And number 1 misses the ground ball as Swanson scoops it up, gets the ground ball, tosses it back to the White Dragon, Chris Patnode. Patnode gives it to Shoot. Shoot looking to clear, and Shoot looking for a little fast break on here, and dishes it over to Connor Bird, but it looks like it might roll out. No, it stays in. And Connor Bird trying to get the ground ball here, but it looks like the Raiders might come up with it. And it's a white ball for a little push action here. And bad pass, but Wilcox gets it back. Wilcox to McGowan. McGowan tossing it back up top to Rosner. Senior captain looking to spice things up. See if he can get a dodge. He's going to screen by McGowan. McGowan emphasizes on the screen and gets a nice shot by Matt Rosner. Now it is 15-3 running time here with 3:57 left in the third period. Bobcats are up. And again, as the Bobcats have been very successful with their fast-moving offense, Connor McGowan screened for Matt Rosner as he was coming across up top, and Rosner found a pocket in the Raiders' defense and stepped in and shot and scored. And it looks like... Austin Appley, senior captain, took the... and Zach Ross going the wrong way for the Plymouth Bobcats. And now it's Raiders ball, and the Raiders are trying to get up on this. And number 7 from the Raiders pass it to Chris Patton of the White Dragon. And now they're getting another clear by Wheels here. Number 5, Josh Johnson, and takes a shot and scores. 16-3. Bobcats are up with 2:27 running time remaining in the third period. And it is nice to see that other Bobcats are lurking around on the field. We have the girls lacrosse team here supporting the boys. And many other students are here, as well as faculty here supporting the Bobcats in their home game against the Belmont Raiders. Again, you're watching this on Pemmy Baker TV, and we're off with a face-off. Connor McGowan comes up with it, rakes it up, and sprints forward, gets the touch. Looks like he might be dodging, but he dishes it back to Connor Bird, and now it's at X with Tucker James. James looking to spice things up here with the offense as he dishes it back to Bird. Bird to Wilcox. Wilcox trying to shake his defender, and defender's playing hard on him. Can he cut in the middle? No, and yes he is, and bounce shot for Connor McGowan. That is his second for the day. And now the Bobcats are on a roll here for three unanswered in the third period. Now it is running time with 1:18 remaining. 17-3, Bobcats are leading this one in the third period. Now taking the face-off is Austin Appleby. On the wing, we have freshman Pete Wingstead, number 6. And now, winding down, we have 48 seconds left in the third period. Running time for the Bobcats, 17-3. And senior captain Austin Appleby gets the face-off, wins it on the ground ball, and tries to dish it to his attackman, but will be out of bounds. Raiders ball. And the Raiders are trying to get a clear going here, but everything's starting to get difficult for them because the Plymouth attackmen are playing very good defense. And looks like the Raiders attackman is going to take it from coast to coast, but dishes it back to number 88, lethal player. And he scores on a diving attempt. His 4th goal today. And that was a very impressive one for the Belmont Raiders. And it is timeout Plymouth. You are watching this on Pemmy Baker TV. Oh, it was the end of the period, not timeout. But we'll be back for a quick break by the end of the period. 17-4 Plymouth. And we're back. Pemmy Baker TV here, and the Bobcats have a dominating performance throughout the whole entire game with a very impressive 17-4, and that is being generous to the viewers. We're going to have a start here with the fourth period running time. 12 minutes on the clock, and it is winding down here as Zach Ross takes the face-off. Ross battling for it and goes between the legs and trying to get the ground ball here and gets it, gets a touch as well. And we're getting a sub for the long pole. And Ross dishes it to Wilcox. And we have senior Brandon Roy, first-year senior, back to Brandon Roy. Oh, tries to dish it back to X, but ends up going out of bounds. Raiders ball. And the Raiders trying to clear here, and they are looking to do so as number 5 for the Raiders goes past midfield. And still need to get a touch. And ball down. Ball down for the Raiders, and number 5, Josh Johnson, dishes it back to Chris Patno. Patno throws a strike to Stephen Shute, number 31. Stephen Shute sprinting across the midfield line, looking to take a shot, takes a shot and misses high and wide left. And it is still Bobcats ball, and number 4, Tucker James, looking to deke out the other defenseman. And now we have Bobcat offense that we know. They're moving the ball around. We have Roy up top. Little with the ball. Little crosses. And dekes aside with a bounce shot. Misses wide right. Tucker James takes the ball out and gives it to Wilcox. Wilcox looking to give the ball back to Little. Little has Roy open, but doesn't know if and he ends up giving Roy the ball. And now number 5 thinks that Roy is the weakest link here. Roy sprinting, takes the shot and misses. But a very hard shot by number 11, Brandon Roy, also known as Sticks. Oh, and number 3, this is very dangerous. The goalie's coming out, and the ball is out of bounds. White ball as number 25, Jake Little, takes the ball out. All right, number 25, Jake Little, looking to take a touch. We have 9:26 running time remaining here in the 4th period. Bobcats are up 17-4, and Jake Little looking to get something done. Barely misses, but a second effort here by Brandon Roy trying to get the ground ball. And almost happens, but very good effort by first-year senior Brandon Roy. And the Raiders giving it back to the goalie. The keeper showing a little bit of nerve as he's running ground ball. And number 4, Tucker James, giving him a little bit of trouble here as he's playing tight D, and looks like he's gonna have a penalty for that. Yeah, as number 4, Tucker James, giving too much of a heckling for the Raiders keeper, and he will be spending some time taking a knee for that one. So now the Bobcats are man down. Now the Bobcats are man down with 8:16 running time remaining in the game here in the 4th period. 17-4. Bobcats are winning. Now is a timeout by, I believe, the Bobcats. So this is going to be a quick break. Again, this is Penny Baker TV, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, Penny Baker TV, with 8:11 remaining in the 4th period. And looks like it will start with the Raiders ball. Time winding down. Raiders trying to get something going, but Austin Appleby gets the ground ball. Tosses it back to, very interesting pass right over the defender, or the attackman rather, at number 88. And the Raiders are looking to have a very aggressive approach defensively. And we'll see how that works out for them as they are man down. And Vance Acton, the midi, will be trying to sauce the Belmont defenders. Try to keep time winding for this man down penalty. Bobcats keeping it moving here. I won't be surprised if they're going to. And now it's even. So now it's even. And we have 7:03 remaining. Bobcats are up 17-4 in the 4th period. And Little is midfielder looking to get something going here. Sawyer Wilcox tosses it back down to X. Tucker James previously having the roughing the goalie penalty. And James tips it off Vance Acton's stick, and it looks like we'll miss. A little miscommunication between the ref and the coaches right now, and looks like it was a backing over, I believe they call it, and saved by Chris Patno, the known as the White Dragon, and looks like Chris will be a little stylish, maybe not so much today, but Josh Johnson throws a bullet to Drew Hodges. Drew Hodges, senior captain, looking to get something going. Fakes right, shoots left, and gives it to James, and it's saved, and it's in. Sawyer Wilcox picks it up from the deflected ball from the goalie, number 3, saved. And then Sawyer Wilcox picks up the ground ball, shoots it up for the Bobcats, 18-4. A very dominating game thus this far. And still clock winding. Now 5:23 remaining within the fourth period. Looks like we have Connor McGowan facing off. Or is that Pete Wayne? No, it's Connor McGowan facing off. And time remains winding as we are approaching 5 minutes. Connor McGowan looking to get the ground ball along with number 21, Mackenzie Doyle. Mac Doyle making an appearance today as the Bobcats are leading 18-4. Tucker James getting heckled by the Raiders defenseman and tosses it back to Sawyer Wilcox. Previously got a goal right before the face-off. And Sawyer Wilcox trying to shove the midi out, and the ball's down. Number 5 trying to get it, but ends up with Bobcats ball. And Cameron Swanson looking to get something going here today. And ball's out of bounds as the second team is in for the Bobcats, and it is showing. Mechanics are a little off for the Bobcats' usual rhythm. And number 22 got some wheels for the Raiders. Tries to dish it off to the other defenseman, and it looks like number 88 is going to try to keep control here, and looking for his 5th goal of the day. So let's see if he can make it happen. And tries to spin off the defender. He's still trying to. Pops it out. And not really wanting to pass it back, but giving Josh Johnson a hard time, and almost gets it in with the underhand shot, side-on shot. Running time, 3:25 remaining in the game here. And this will be probably one of the last attempts for the Belmont Raiders try to get a goal in here for themselves. And struggling on the passing game, but trying to keep the composure as time winds down to 3 minutes. And number 26 trying to approach the net, and it's a shoot and a miss. Now, ball's behind the net. Number 7 for the Red Raiders. Trying to dodge senior captain Austin Appleby. Ball's down and out of bounds, but stays, saying it's off Appleby. Coach Hand for the Plymouth Bobcats reminding Plymouth defense of their rules, and keep playing the Plymouth defense that Plymouth is known for lacrosse, and the Raiders dodging, trying to get something going here for their offense as time is approaching 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Number 1 trying to get something going here for the Red Raiders, and wasn't a shot, but looked like a grounder, and Bobcats capitalize on that by trying to get a clear going here. Josh Johnson passes it down to Sawyer Wilcox. Wilcox going past X and looking to get something going here as he gives it to Connor Bird. And Connor Bird to number 6 freshman Pete Wingstead. And Wingstead tosses it to Jake. Jake tosses it to Wilcox. Wilcox misses. And now ground ball struggle as wheels for the Raiders. Number 22 crosses midfield. Tries to juke out number 25, Jake Little, and ends up juking out, but needs a touch. Trying to get a touch here. And gets a touch barely as time is approaching 1 minute left remaining. Number 88 takes a shot and saved by the White Dragon, Chris Patnode. And Patnode tosses it over to defenseman number 3, Thias Sylvia. second year playing lacrosse. And Plymouth Bobcats are trying to let the clock wind out, and looks like will be the end of the game here pretty soon. So I'd like to remind the viewers that the Bobcats will be playing their next Penny Baker broadcasted session at against Lebanon on the 23rd of May, which will be their senior game. Looking to see a lot of you guys out there. And as time expires, the Bobcats now are 9-1. And that will conclude our broadcast today. And I would like to thank the viewers for staying tuned with us. And we will see you the 23rd of May against Lebanon for the senior game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a good day.